Hi, thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. I'm at the Truckee River. The original plan today was to go up to the Truckee River Regional Park. I lost a nice brown there the last time I fished, and I was gonna fish up there, but the water is really low at the Truckee River Regional Park area, to the point where it's like a creek. And you can probably catch fish, but I just didn't want to crawl around all day. And just the skunk alert warning went off. It was just skunk alert, evasive action. So I pulled the ripcord on that, came down to Floreston because I fished off a Hirschdale yesterday for Wilderness with Amani Patreon. Got a really nice brown trout in the neck. And the flow was really strong there. That's why I went to the Truckee River Regional Park today. But I'm glad to report there's lots of water here, and it's the kind of fishing I want to do with these barbless 1/8 ounce marabou jigs. I like my chances always when I got good flow. So let's go see if I can translate all of that into something in the net. There's no guarantees. That's why it's fishing, not catching. And there's plenty of water here. This looks really good. So I'm gonna hit this side first, then I'm gonna hit the other side, and then if things get rough, we're gonna get that grind going, and we're just gonna start powering downstream. So hopefully I'm not gonna have to do anything too crazy. But if you've watched my channel long enough, you know I'm perfectly willing to hike until I can't hike anymore. I'm gonna start out making a couple casts in this deep pool. I usually don't catch anything in this big pool. You always gotta make casts just the same. This water is moving. You fall in here, it is a wet and wild ride. But this looks really good. I'm hoping I can pan something out of here. God, I just had a heart-stopping snag. I was fishing my jig way down deep, and my hook got bent straight, but I always try in these big pools sometimes to get down as deep as I can to see if there's anything that's really hugging the bottom. And sometimes you get too close, but I got my jig back. I'm done with this big pool. I'm gonna go find some rushing water. God, I was just crossing that bridge, and there was a guy driving by, and he was like looking at his phone, kind of. It was mounted, but he wasn't watching the road. And there's only like a foot of a bike lane there. I'm like, can you please not kill me? Is that too much to ask? I don't know. So far, besides snags, the most exciting moment I've had is a fish that saying was 10 inches would be really generous. Hook bit my jig. So I want to go down there. I hate this spot right here, because if you're gonna get hurt, it's gonna be right here. But I want to head down into some new water. I mean, the water's really rushing. I'm just not getting any hits yet. Haven't seen anything follow since the sun came out. And the river's a little stained, but it's really moving, so I'm gonna have to go find some fish in that white water, I think. This slow stuff isn't doing it for me. Just gotta be careful. Definitely don't want to fall off that. But I'm gonna go down there. I haven't fished this side before. It looks like there's a high area that I can go on. In one of the clips on my Rivers playlist from Fishing Floreston, This is the spot where I heard this weird screaming, like, ah! And it was a raccoon. And it wasn't like one of those urban raccoons you see that's the size of a medium-sized dog because it's trash fed. This was a scrappy wild one. And that thing was pissed. And I gotta tell you, I wanted nothing to do with that raccoon. He was just on all fours looking at me, angry. And man, I'll never forget that. I'm nervous right now, and that was like a year or two ago. Where is that little thing? That thing was ready to go, man. Got one on the line. He is running, boy. And I ran my jig through shallow. And then I went ahead and ran it really deep, bouncing it along the bottom. And that's where this guy picked it up. It's a rainbow. And I'd already seen a brown miss it. Oh, I barely got him. And I am fishing barbless. I gotta get him out of that fast water. Got him. Woo! Another nice big rainbow. There he's in the net. I'm gonna let him sit in here and get powered back up before I let him go. All right. He's ready to go now. There's a big rainbow right there. That's a beautiful rainbow, man. Woo! There he goes. Whoa, he shot out, man. Oh, and that was something. And man, am I glad I just checked my knot. I got that clip that says check your knots. I took him over there because that was the best place to land him. I had that fish. First, I cast him up there and ripped it up to the slower stuff and saw the gold body of a brown try to hit it. So I threw it a bunch more times. He wasn't gonna hit it. So what I did here is I just toss cast it up into the white water, and then I bounced it along the bottom. And when I was bouncing along the bottom, he picked it up. I mean, I was right on the bottom when I got that fish. And that was freaking awesome because it was tough to get all the way over here. And that's a call it a day fish, but I spent too much energy climbing over treacherous rocks. I'm gonna go a little farther downstream and see if we can't pick something else up. All right, I'm gonna fish this next stretch, but I'm pretty much breaking through the jungle like in the Congo right now, so I don't know how much farther I'm going. I am all caught up on this branch. Oh, I'm battling. I thought it was gonna be a lot easier than it is. I don't know what that looks like to you, but that looks like the end of the line to me. I am not ripping through that. So I stopped back by that spot where I caught that rainbow, and I had seen the brown flash before on another cast. He wasn't having any. So I'm gonna call it a day. It's been a good day. I got that big fish. I haven't fished that long. I wasn't able to go much farther down on this side. It was a jungle, man. When you're fishing with jigs, there's so many different things that you can do. And for that rainbow, I had to bounce it right along the bottom. Like I could feel the contact with the bottom. And just with jig fishing, there's more than one way to skin a cat, I guess. Strike that. I don't even know what that means. More than one way to skin a cat. Who's skinning cats? I don't like cats, but I most certainly never skinned one. But anyway, it's a good day, you know? 2 days on the Truckee this week. Caught 2 nice fish. Big brown yesterday for Patreon. Big rainbow today for YouTube. All is good. I'm sure both those fish will make it on a highlight clip eventually. So I hope you enjoyed this day that was supposed to start out at Truckee River Regional Park, but I mean, it was like a crystal clear, shallow creek. And I wasn't prepared to crawl around when I got this raging river. So thank you for joining me today on the Truckee. From Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.